Welcome to the November edition of Campus Connections. Today we're going to learn a little bit more about our Board of Trustees. Here to share a little bit about what the trustees do is Dr. Linda Maykel, the chair of our Board of Trustees.
What an amazing opportunity it's been for me to be on a governing board. We basically have a role of fiscal responsibility. We look at the strategic plans of the college and make sure we're on track. And we talk to the leadership so that we can keep our pulse on what's going on the campus. We don't try to micromanage, but we want to be there. So we make sure we're staying on track with the regional needs as well as our students' needs.
What interested you in becoming a member of the Board of Trustees?
I was a general dentist, the first woman in Worcester, for 42 years. At the beginning of my tenure, I went to the hygiene clinic, and before I knew it, I was a clinical instructor there. But in 2013, my cousin, who was on the foundation board, asked me if I would be willing to join, and I said I'd love to. And not too long afterwards, in 2022, I was asked to chair the Board of Trustees. I feel that CRNCSIG's accessibility and quality education is something I want to be part of, because I have seen with the mentoring program the difference that the school has made for them in their lives. It's brought them to new heights they never thought they could achieve. We have 11 members on the board when we have a full board. One is appointed by the Alumni Association, and one is a student trustee, and the student body gets to vote on that.
My name is MacDonald, and I am the student trustee on the Board of Trustees. The opportunity kind of came to me, and then I just grasped at it. I wanted to serve the community. I'm very involved in extracurriculars. I came last year, and I was the vice president of student government. Student trustee position was like my next logical step. I also just want to be as involved as possible. I want to challenge myself to do new things. We're doing a couple initiatives like Trustee on the Quad, for example, where I sit on the quad and talk to students. And we're also putting out QR codes around campus where students can scan it and then ask me questions directly that I can bring to the Board of Trustees. So it's definitely bridging that gap between the students and the governance of the college.
The other members are appointed by the governor on the basis of their community activities, their professional lives, and their commitment to quality education are all parameters that are examined before people are chosen. They are very carefully vetted. We want people of substantial character, and we want them to be people who are really going to give us their time.
What's the time commitment for board members? They're volunteers, they're not paid anything. So how much time do they commit to the college?
We start off with in-person Board of Trustee meetings 4 to 5 times a year, depending on the need. If you are an officer of the board, there is an executive committee meeting before every board meeting, whereby one person runs the committee that specializes in budget. Another person does SPES, which is student success and programming. Then, as a chair, I would serve on it. If you are not a member of the executive committee, you are asked to choose one of the committees you will serve on, whether it's about fiscal and it's a budget one with A&O, or if you're interested in the programming and student life.
How does the board support QCC?
We approve budgets. We look at the strategic plan of the president and the leadership, and we get information about various programs so that we can add our input. We also want to make sure we are maximizing student success, including their retention and making sure the graduate rates go up every year. We also have a role, of course, to make sure that we're financially doing well, and quite proud of all you've done, sir.
Are there some initiatives that you think the community members would like to know about or you want to share?
The two major things that are so exciting, one is called Mass Reconnect, and the second one is Mass Educate, and it's free tuition for people in Massachusetts. If you are changing careers, Mass Reconnect would be for you. It's for people over 25 years old who don't have a bachelor's to come back to school and perhaps study a different field that might be more lucrative for them and might give them a better quality of life. The governor approved our second program called Mass Educate just a year ago. We have 2,000 new students from this one program, and they don't have to pay anything tuition-wise. But then we have to appreciate that 90% of our graduates stay in the Worcester County area and work for local businesses. So it's a win-win. We also have a wonderful apprenticeship program where you can get paid as you learn. So you have a job that you're working at, and you're still getting college credits as well as collecting the salary. The newest program we have is called Exilium, and this is a program for startup companies and entrepreneurs whereby we offer mentoring, we offer resources, we offer workshops so that they can get their startup company going. One other thing that we offer are the most wonderful wraparound services. We have a home plate food pantry. We have a first-generation student activity center. We have mental health help for counseling. We've hired a few new people to help with that. And we also have advisors for the students. With our diversity of our campus, with the different opportunities available, we really closed the gap of learning and made it more reasonable for people to come here and get a good education. We go out of our way to make every student, no matter how old, where they come from, anything at all, very, very comfortable here. And we really foster a nurturing environment, and that's what I'm most proud of. The more we can act local, be leaders, and put people on the right track about how important each one of us is in our society and how much we treasure that diversity and that sense of government where everybody's included. And we'd love to tell you more about QuidSig, so get engaged, stop by, give us a call, and especially keep up with our publications. You'd be amazed at how much we do.
Well, as you can tell, our Board of Trustees is engaged, and I think it's an important part of our community, and I'm very grateful to have them as partners in the leadership of the college. This concludes our November edition of Campus Connections. Stay tuned for our holiday edition. I'll have something special for you coming up in December.